Gail is a moving speaker, artful storyteller, and a published author. She is inspiring and encouraging with a heart for parents. As a personality specialist, she shares how personalities affect parenting.
He is a born perfect melancholy. You could tell it when he was crawling that he didn't want to make mistakes. You never had to correct Andrew because he was self-correcting. He was harder on himself than you could ever be. Today he lives in Kenya, East Africa, and he collects rocks and gems. He's fascinated by them. So what he does is he displays his little rocks and gems on a shelf, puts little name tags next to each one because he knows the names of all of them. And then he charges his sisters a nickel apiece to see his rocks.
Gail provides presentations primarily for women. She has spoken to conferences in 6 states.
My favorite quote is David Oxburgh's quote when he says, "Being listened to is so close to being loved that most people can't tell the difference."
She enhances her talks with outfits that emphasize her message.
That's what it is for the peaceful. They have something figured out that the rest of us can't quite get. And that is that it's a lot better to approach life as a peaceful than anything else. Sam's oldest daughter, Laura, loves animals. She knows more about animals than any vet I know. She studies books, she knows the names of everything. She has all kinds of animals in her house. And one day she was telling me that she went to a pet store and she noticed the snakes. And in the glass containers they put the snakes in, they had a poisonous snake next to a non-poisonous snake. Problem was, she said, they had the non-poisonous label on the poisonous snake and the poisonous label on the non-poisonous snake. And of course I said, "Well, what did he say when you told him about this?" "Oh, I didn't tell him. It wasn't my job." Visualize this situation. In a family, you have the popular sanguine who is screaming for attention. You have the powerful choleric who is demanding credit. You have the perfect melancholy who is not telling you why they're depressed. Then you have the peaceful phlegmatic watching all of us. They're great watchers. They're great spectators. They may be singular in their interest. It may just be one thing in their whole life that they're really driven for. But it's important as a parent that you recognize what that is. Our daughter Kate and her husband Johnny are free will missionaries to Kenya, East Africa. Johnny is a total peaceful phlegmatic. He is definitely the silent type. And when he was growing up, his stepdad told me he never was interested in learning any of the things that I tried to teach him about mechanics and how to fix things. He would rather be in his room reading a book. And that was Johnny. Now, while Johnny and Kate were here this summer on furlough, they were sharing a vision about starting a home for girls in Kenya. And Johnny was sharing this vision at a reception in our home. And I had invited his parents. And unbeknownst to him, and he was very surprised to see them come over from Conroe for this reception. As Johnny was just about to finish his short 30-minute explanation about this vision for this girl's home, I turned to his mom and I said, "Aren't you proud of him and the work he's doing?" And she nodded, but turned to me with this wide-eyed, puzzled look and said, "I have never heard him talk so much in his whole life."
Gail draws on her many years of experience as an educator, a university instructor, and a single mother.
realize that your adventure may be your child's nightmare. What you think may be great fun might not be so fun for that child. You need to know that that child is very aware of the differences between you and him. They're very acutely tuned into that. They know that they're not as interested in perfection as you are. They may appear to be too laid back for you, but the truth is, they're smarter. They're sitting back and watching and making determinations about not sweating the small stuff.
She provides moving messages for women's retreats, has a heart for single mothers and women who need encouragement, and her programs offer practical guidance and heartfelt inspiration.
Smile a lot and learn to listen.
Gail shares inspiring and moving testimonies that are based on her nationally published stories. She receives rave reviews wherever she speaks. Gail's story, Not This Baby Lord, which begins in Russia, will touch the heart of any woman. Gail's goal is to encourage others to grow their strengths, overcome their weaknesses, and improve their relationships with others.